Hi, Ruben Charles. Where are you from?
Hi, this is Ruben Charles. I am from Pune. I was working with Sayan Ghosh in Chennai, but currently I'm in.
Sayan Ghosh. Okay, we were in Renault together.
Okay. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, absolutely top of the world, Ruben. Welcome.
Thank you.
Momita, where are you from? Good morning, Suchishmita Chakravarti. Where are you from? Good morning, Bindu. Where are you from?
Hello, sir. From India,
Where in India are you from?
Thane district,
Ah,
Dombivli.
welcome. I'm from Thane as well. So good. Then I have Rajshri. Rajshri, where are you from?
I'm from Mumbai. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Rajshri. Welcome. Who has invited you? Who has passed on the share to you?
Swati Dikshit.
Aha, good. Good morning, Satish. Where are you from?
Hello, hi, good morning. I'm from Bahrain.
Hi. So you must have been invited by Arunoday.
Mr. Mohan,
Okay.
Mohan,
Welcome.
our CEO and Managing Director.
Okay. Well, welcome. It must be pretty early in Bahrain.
Yes.
Where are you from, Sham?
From NISA, sir.
From where?
From NISA Security.
No, but where? Location is what? What
Mumbai,
location?
Mumbai.
Oh,
Mumbai.
you're from Mumbai. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Morning, Karthik. Okay. Without much ado, I'm going to get started. So everybody, can you see the screen, what I'm showing you on the screen? Just type yes. Okay, great. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Zoom showcase on EPPO, which is Effective Personal Productivity Online. This is the kickoff, a small part of the program, which is a very interesting part. My name is Som Chakravarti. I'm also called Som. A special welcome to participants from Bahrain, Dubai, and Bangladesh. We're in different time zones, but united by our interest in productivity and effectiveness. So one and all, fasten your seat belts and enjoy the ride. Imagine me as the captain of your jetliner, flying you to all the corners of the world of effectiveness and productivity. So we commence our flight with a welcome, presentation, and a brief introduction of myself, my consultancy, which is Corporate Dossier India, my licensee, my franchisee, and the program showcase. So this is my organization, Corporate Dossier India, which you see in the left. And LMI is the franchisee I have, which is Leadership Management International of Waco in Texas. Just to give you a larger picture of LMI. So this is the kickoff. This is my profile. I put it up for you so that you understand my background. I've got more than 31 years of experience as a CHRO, global and international experience. My strengths are managerial effectiveness training program that I conduct, leadership, build and capability, team building, productivity. I'm a productivity expert, behavioral event interviewing techniques, goal setting, top down. Rest is for you to see. So welcome to the Corporate Dossier India and LMI EPPO showcase. This is the kickoff. It's a Zoom showcase, a small little glimpse of what the program Effective Personal Productivity is about. Allow me to share the presentation and I'll keep everybody in mute till then. So this was the flyer that we shared with everybody. This is more about the program. We talk about personal victories, effective personal productivity. This program is online. So the pandemic has come, but my program is available to everybody at their desks. The program is basically of 10 sessions totally. I have a bonus of 2 sessions extra. The program is 2 hours a week, week on week, It goes on a spaced repetition mode so that you can test yourself and check yourself. How the program works, effective personal productivity online. We have, the moment you subscribe for the program, you get access to the LMI platform, by virtue of which you get the resources, you get the assignment, you get the notes, you get a quiz builder, and plus you get to see the lesson. You need to read and hear the parts of the lesson regularly, and that's how we progress stage by stage. About LMI, Leadership Management International, it's in Waco in Texas, United States of America, is the world's largest people development company for performance enhancement and transformational leadership. It was founded by Mr. Paul J. Mayer. It's presently being managed as by the CEO, Randy Sletcher. The total leadership, this is what the Leadership Management International believes in: total leadership. What is total leadership concept? It's in a complex environment such as ours today, there is a need for effective and high performance leaders. Business, therefore, today must become empowered, productive, and innovative. The four tenets of leadership, total leadership concept is the first tenet. That's what we are talking about: effective personal productivity. Once you've become a very effective and a productive person, only then can you aspire to be a leader. So the second program that we do is effective personal leadership. The third one is motivational leadership. The fourth one is strategic leadership. So my contacts and my phone number is there. You can take it down or you can take a photograph of it. So this was the first part of the program, the welcome part of the program. We'll move to the second part. So this is the icebreaker that we start with the program. It's called understanding the change, the various stages of change that we go by and go through. The first box, as you can see, is unconscious incompetence. You are not aware of things and you are not competent as yet. The second box, as you see, is conscious incompetence, means you are conscious of everything, but yet you're not competent enough. The third box you can see is conscious competence, which means you are conscious of things and you're competent as well. The fourth box is unconscious competence, which means you do not need to be conscious anymore. Things come automatically to you because of your background and your experience, because of the competence that you have. So what happens when you're unconscious incompetence? There is a lot of resistance and rejection from people. People do not accept you. The moment you become more conscious of things, yet remain incompetent, you have some partial resistance. So we were talking about the second stage of conscious incompetence. This is the time and situation where you are conscious of things, but yet you are not competent enough. There's a partial resistance. People accept you a bit, but not completely enough. The third stage is conscious competence. You are conscious of your surroundings, you're conscious of things, you're competent enough, so people start accepting you much more and you become accepted as a person, accepted as a leader. And the last but not the least is when you don't need to be conscious anymore. Things come to you, even if you're unconscious, and automatically comes to you in your mind because you're so competent and you've got so much of wise experience. It all works out in your favor. So now we've done away with the start. We'll start with the major crux of this program, which is the kickoff. So we start with the kickoff. Everybody, the most important question I'm going to ask you at this moment is, would you like to be more successful? Just type yes, yes, yes in the chat box. Wonderful. Would you like to be more successful tomorrow than you are today? Type yes, yes, yes again. Wonderful. Success. What does success mean to you? If you would like to put in or add a word, can you type it in the chat box? What does success mean to you? Ladies and gentlemen, what does success mean to you? Okay, mental satisfaction, what else? So let me just, okay, wonderful. Achievement, happiness, peace of mind, very good, very good. Wonderful. Success means happiness, yes or no? Success means recognition. Success means contentment. Success means money. Yes, money. Success means accomplishment. Success means self-fulfillment. And many more as you've all typed in. Now, I'll just start adding a few more things connected with happiness. What is connected with happiness? What is connected with recognition? What is connected with contentment? What is connected with money? What is connected with accomplishment? What is connected with self-fulfillment? Give it a guess, everybody. I'm not letting out the secret as yet. Happiness at the moment, or you want happiness to keep coming to you, Recognition, it should be on the basis of a realization. Contentment should be worthwhile. Otherwise, what's the use of the contentment? I mean, money should be predetermined. It cannot be, 20 rupees suddenly. Self-fulfillment should be goals. Hence, success is goal-directed action, GDA. That's what we call in our language in LMI. LMI has a definition that is totally precise and perfect. Success is the progressive realization of predetermined, worthwhile personal goals. So now we've spoken about success, progressive, realization. We've touched upon everything. What kind of goals are we talking about? We are talking about written goals. Ladies and gentlemen, if the goals are not written down, it's airy-fairy and it will fly away like dried leaves in the floor or in the ground. A survey done has shown that people who have written goals outperform the ones who do not have written goals. Obviously, everybody's heard of this term, SMART goals. So your goals have to be smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, tangible. However, there is a slight difference over here from the LMI point of view. We have the wheel of life. Your goals have to be covering all 6 areas of life. They are family and home, physical and health, finance and career, mental and education, social and culture, spiritual and ethical. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot be a leader if you don't have one or the other one. You have to have all the 6 areas to be a leader. It is often said that people like Ratan Tata and Anand Mahindra are leaders. They are not actually leaders. Leaders are those people who can mobilize large amount of people within a fraction of a second. That's a leader. Ratan Tata leads his organization, so he's a head of his organization, and so is Anand Mahindra. So now we're talking about SMART goals. In LMI, we talk about the 6 areas of life. You have to balance your life completely in family and home, physical and health. How can you be a leader? How can you be productive if your physical state is bad or if your health is bad? Finance and career, obviously. I mean, you need finance, you need money, you need the backing of finance, you need a good career. Mental and education, if your mental state is not good or your education is very low, it's very difficult. Social and culture. Today we found out that you have to be somebody who's in the social arena. Culturally, you have to be good. Spiritual and ethical. I mean, you are spiritual and not ethical, it doesn't work out. Nobody will accept you as a leader. So you have to have written down SMART goals, which are in the 6 areas of life. But if this were all there to it, to set goals and get success, wouldn't everybody be successful? So there is something different, isn't it? You've all heard of this word. This is a much used word. This is a much loosely used word. Everybody says motivation, motivation, motivation. Ladies and gentlemen, motivation is not a button that you press and you motivate people. Motivation is far more sacrosanct and important than that. How important is this in your opinion, motivation? So what is motivation? What is motive? Motive is reason. Motive is a purpose, is a goal. And action. Action is to go, to do, to act. So when you have goal-directed actions, what do you have? You have motive, you drop the E, action, you drop the C, and that's how you have motivation. Motivation is a culmination of motive and action. And that's how you have goal-directed action And that's where you get success from. So what are the different types of motivation, ladies and gentlemen? How would you typify, the different types of motivation? Motivation can be fear, which is an external. You can be motivated because there's a fire and you want to run. You can be motivated to run even though you don't run because there's some riot happening or some fight happening. You can be motivated because of a reward. Both fear and reward, ladies and gentlemen, are external forces. They don't last too long. After some time, you realize, and that is what's been happening in the nation. Arey yaar, we are in control of COVID, so people start moving around. So the fear is gone and people start moving around. Or the reward. You've got the reward this year, you've got the reward next year. The third year, you have no motivation whatsoever to accomplish anything because you've had it all. Motivation, if it is attitudinal, then it becomes internal, intrinsic. What is internal is more genuine and perfectly advisable to use. So that's where the word attitude comes in. Unless you have a change of attitude, motivation cannot be, sustained. It becomes internal. So motivation becomes easier when it's an attitudinal input and it becomes internal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are therefore creatures of habit. Habits make our attitude. And what is habits, ladies and gentlemen? Habit is nothing but all the thoughts, trauma, beliefs that we've collected from childhood. So habits can be changed to make it positive, and your attitude can be changed. How do you change habits? You change habits by making positive thoughts. So you change habits by changing your thoughts and making it positive. Ladies and gentlemen, you must have heard the story of the old donkey with the carrot and the stick in front. Please type yes, yes, yes if you've heard of this, and no if you haven't. Super. Thank you very much. The donkey sees the carrot and feels hungry. He sees this juicy carrot and he feels hungry and he keeps moving forward. And that's how you motivate the donkey. But ladies and gentlemen, suppose you have a situation where the donkey is now standing somewhere and there is a whole lot of juicy carrots and cabbage on the ground, and he eats as much as cabbage and carrots he wants. And now you put the carrot and stick out, do you think the donkey will move? That's right. The donkey is now absolutely satisfied. He has no intention of moving. His stomach is full. He has no intention of moving. So now he's not motivated because it was all external. So ladies and gentlemen, thus attitude. Let us examine this. Attitude is basically spaced repetition of various habits. You keep repeating through exposures of thoughts. It's conditioning of the past. We have had our parents, our teachers, our friends who have conditioned us in the past. Attitude is therefore a habit of thought. And what is attitude? It becomes habit because it becomes a part of you. And that's how you start acting. That's how you start behaving. And behaviors and how you act gives you the type of results that you get. And results define the success that you are moving towards. You can have bad results and you can have no success. You can have good results and have lots of success. So that's, ladies and gentlemen, success is what you get from results. Results is what you get from behavior. Behavior is what comes out from attitude. And attitude, what comes out from all the conditioning from childhood. And conditioning comes from spaced repetition of exposures of thought. So LMI will give you new ideas now. There's a better way, and we have a more refined way of doing things and getting success. We used tested and tried and tested ideas from LMI, which has got an experience of about 65 years in this business. So we use the various ideas that we have in LMI. We create new conditioning. We build new attitudes of thought, and we define new ways of attitudinal in thoughts. We generate new behavior in LMI. We produce superior results, not just results. We get superior results. So in an organization, if you were bringing in sales of say about $1 million per year, you will get much more than that. Finally, you get greater success. And this comes through the LMI process of effective personal productivity. So ladies and gentlemen, what is conditioning? I had just spoken about it a brief moment ago, and I'd stated that we have been exposed to conditioning from childhood, things we can do and things we cannot do. Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember the times when we were told, ye mat karo, wo mat karo, don't do this, don't do that, you can't do it, you will not be able to do it. These are all the conditioning that we have in our mind, and we have been filled with this. And that is what restricts us from doing things, because we know we can't do it. We have been told from childhood, you can't do it. Can you see this picture, everybody? What do you see in this picture? You can unmute and tell me this. What do you see in this picture?
Hi, so this is Ruben here.
Yes, Ruben, what do you see in the picture?
So what I see in this picture is an elephant. As a child, he's tied to a chain, and as a child, the elephant is unable to break the chain. Now the same attitude continues with the grown elephant. Though the rope is small or the chain is smaller, the elephant can break. Just because as a child, the elephant is taught you cannot break, the attitude or the intentions carries away as the elephant grows.
Very well said, Ruben. Thank you very much. Let me spell it out even more clearly. What you see is a small elephant tied with a thick chain. And this small elephant from childhood has been trying to break the thick chain and has not been able to break the chain. And as the elephant has grown up, it has come to realize that I can never break the chain. And now you see a very large and big elephant tied up with a thin rope over there. Do you think a large, huge elephant as this cannot just uproot and tear this rope off? But he just can't do it is because of the fact that he has elephant chains. So ladies and gentlemen, how many of you have elephant chains? Many of us have elephant chains that we can't do this and we can't do that. So how many of you have elephant chain? Can you type it out in the chat box and let me know? I have elephant chain. The sooner we start proclaiming to ourselves and admitting to ourselves we have elephant chains, we can get out of it. Can you please type it out in the chat box, please? Very good. What about the others? Please type out. Please be generous to yourself. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we all have elephant chains, ladies and gentlemen. It's the I can't part of our life. I can't do this, I can't do that. In this world of social media, ladies and gentlemen, we see hundreds and hundreds of people who come from nowhere doing the impossible, and we can all do it. So let us talk about our, assignments and work of productivity challenges, about our win-wins, about our goals. We've all had productivity challenges in the past. We all have it. All of you have received the productivity challenge form that I sent you by email. Type yes if you have, type no if you haven't. There's a bit of this exercise of productivity challenge. I will do it slightly later on. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 characteristics of successful people that we have done a research on and have found out is they all have positive mental attitude, right from Sachin Tendulkar to Roger Federer to Messi, everybody. They all have positive mental attitude. All successful people, ladies and gentlemen, have goal-directed goals. They have absolutely clear-cut goal-directed. They are goal-directed people. If Sachin had a target of so many centuries, that has changed. It moves on to something else. Ladies and gentlemen, Successful people are very self-motivated. Nothing else motivates them than their own motivation. It's self-motivated, it's intrinsic, which means they work on their attitude, they work on their thoughts, they work on their habits. You see the circle over here. The outer circle talks about COC, which is the circle of concern. I went to this government office, but it wasn't open. I cannot do anything about it. I tried my best and I didn't pass this exam. I studied very hard, but I didn't do very well. I worked very hard, but I didn't do well because it was not in my control. So we are surrounded by circle of concern. Ladies and gentlemen, people who are bogged down and stuck in the circle of concern find it very difficult to move. You have to work in COI, which is the circle of influence. You have to influence things to move things. So, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing that we share and we work on in LMI is working on circle of influence. What do you see over here, ladies and gentlemen? You can unmute because there are not too many people around now. What do you see over here?
Yeah, hi, so Ruben again.
Yes, Ruben?
So I see that two race horses are nearly to the completion, but the winner is yet undecided because as I see it from here, maybe the first horse with the white horse has the head of the white horse is in front, and behind there's a brown horse, I think, and the brown horse is slightly ahead.
You
So it's
know,
like an undetermined finish.
correct. No. It is not that. Ruben,
Mm.
you can see the white horse edging past the brown horse by a millisecond, by a few inches. And that is an edge. He is a winner, and the brown horse is not
right,
the
right.
winner.
Absolutely.
That
so.
is
There are
what
two
it is.
lines. There
This
are two
is
lines,
called,
correct.
this is by the split of a second.
Yes.
The white horse has got an edge over the brown horse. And remember something, the winner takes it all. The second guy is never remembered. That is what we are defining about slight edge. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to get that edge? Would you like to have that slight edge? Yes or no? If yes, please type on the chat box, yes. Wonderful. This is what LMI works and does. We give you that edge, which makes you different, that edge of effectivity, the edge of effectiveness, the edge of productivity. You become so good that you are recognized by everybody. Thank you very much for your cooperation and the chat box. Chat box is bursting out. Thank you. So LMI will give you the slight edge and many more and many more. You can type out any questions that you have, or you can unmute and ask me the question. Now that you have the flavor of what the kickoff of LMI is about, the real program is about doing it and changing and transforming yourself. And that is where the destination is what you need to get get that slight edge. So let me now give you a small little description of what LMI methodology and the process that we use. Ladies and gentlemen, LMI is present in about more than 80 countries. Millions of people have done our transformation program. We've produced effective change in their personal and professional lives. We're located in 21 locations in India. I personally am a licensee and have a franchisee. Our interventions produce a direct ROI on your investment. Ladies and gentlemen, you must have done a lot of training programs in the past. There must have been one-day program or a two-day program. Sometimes they are programs on the webinar. And what happens after you finished it? You've forgotten. And if it was a program which was off-site, what do you remember? You remember that lunch was fantastic and those games were fun. But you don't remember the knowledge that has been imparted in the training program. Why is that? Because these training programs, ladies and gentlemen, are transactional, whereas LMI programs are transformational. We have a process by learn introspect, which means you do work on a certain tool, like that productivity challenge I've sent you. You work on the productivity challenge and you see where you stand. And then you have other tools to move you up. and then you measure and see how much you've moved up and how much you've transformed. Our USP, ladies and gentlemen, is visible change and visible superior results. Ladies and gentlemen, the methodology that we use is experiential. We use multi-sensory perception, which means you need to read, you need to listen to the pod, and you need to write notes. When you do the three things, the three most important part of your multi-sensory perception starts working. Your kinesthetics, auditory, and your vision. We don't have lectures. We don't give lectures. I've got about more than 31 years of experience, but I don't give you gyans about my experience. So there's no gyans, there's not much PowerPoint except these few little things. It's highly interactive. LMI tools help you move from one state to the other. It's battle tested. We work on a process of spaced repetition, which means this week that you've done your program for 2 hours, you try and test it out for the entire week with your assignments and application. We work on a process of learn, introspect. You learn and then you introspect and see, are you moving or are you not moving? Are you progressing? Are you transforming? Ladies and gentlemen, 70% of our business comes from reorders. Our clients for decades have been Siemens, Voltas, Aditya Birla, Times of India, JCB, Saint-Gobain, etc. and etc. Thousands of small and medium companies across India have done the program as well. This program produces sustainable change. It's battle tested across 4 million plus people. It has consistent results due to the process. Ladies and gentlemen, you have different types of companies, especially today in the pandemic scenario. You have companies in stage 1, which grow and adapt through development of their employees into leaders. 2, wait to make a change and fall deeply behind the curve. 3, do not make a change and eventually shut their doors. You have to see which company you want to be in. LMI program of EPPO, which is an online program which I'm actually talking to you about, has the 5 very important impact areas. Impact areas of higher productivity, impact areas of enhanced communication, increased focus on priorities, development of key personnel, improved teamwork, productivity of others through empowerment and delegation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just share with you my Google Calendar and express to you how I work on my productivity on a daily basis. At any moment of the day, I know exactly what I have to do and what I'm going to do. That is what LMI teaches you, how to be productive, how to focus on priorities, how to identify problems, how to solve problems, how to take decisions, how to make choices. Do you have gaps? Yes, we all have gaps between intent and attainment, between expectation and execution, and perhaps we have missed opportunities. LMI has a return on investment on the spend in terms of rupee value. If today you have invested 1.5 lakhs on a brand new mobile, you don't get a return on investment. If you invest money in LMI, you get a return on that investment. It changes your life, it transforms your life. So would you be interested in generating ROI? Do you have a performance management system in your organization? Does it enable you? Do you have succession planning in the organization? Does your organization groom high potentials? Do you need organizational capacity building? LMI helps you in all this. We also have a process by virtue of which if your organization, sort of nominates you, then we have on a month-on-month, we have a meeting. It's called the triangle of communication with you as the participant and your supervisor or the manager who's nominated you and myself as the facilitator. And we gauge and we work out, measure every parameters of change and transformation. This is a program that is absolutely squeaky clean in terms of, all stakeholders are satisfied. This is how we do this program. As I told you, it's a 10-session program. I have added 2 more sessions, so I do a 12-session program, and it goes on 2 hours per week, week on week, consecutively. 12 programs, 12 sessions last you about 3 months, and you come out a wiser, and a transformed person. I touched upon this wheel of life. I'm touching upon this again. LMI stresses a lot on the 6 areas of wheel of life, and it helps you become a much more transformed person. The 4 levels of LMI, tenets of LMI: effective personal productivity, effective personal leadership, effective motivational leadership, effective strategic leadership. All these programs available off the shelf. Ladies and gentlemen, the people and the different types of program I've done is for you to see over here. I've enlisted all the companies that I've worked with. You can read this and see this for yourself. These are my satisfied clients. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm open to questions for a brief moment of about 5 minutes before I proceed to the next one. You have all done the productivity challenges, whoever have received this form from me. Just type yes, you've done it, and you know exactly where you stand. Type yes in the chat box. You know exactly where you stand in productivity challenges. Yes, and no if you haven't done it, or no if you do still don't know where you stand. It's a wonderful, it's a very, very lovely and a wonderful tool. Satish, you must do this, and it will help you a lot. Okay. So anyway, I will be touching this part of this program. I'm going to be touching that now. So we're going to do this productivity challenge part of it. Those of you who've done it, you will notice you must have done the personal habits and attitude part. So tell me, how many of you are absolutely dissatisfied? How many of you are absolutely satisfied? Satisfied, just type satisfied or dissatisfied on the chat box. Okay, Momita? Okay, Karthik? What about you, Ruben? So have you gone through the next part, which is the general organization environment? Are you dissatisfied with this part of the productivity challenge form? Red tape and things that you can't do, organizational priorities doesn't allow you. Are you satisfied or dissatisfied with this part? Paper flow, frequency of crisis. Okay, this happens to all of us. So there's nothing to be ashamed about. It's fantastic that you actually own up. The types of interruption. Now, this is the most important part of our life. We have interruptions from all corners, social media, emails, solving problems of others instead of solving your own problems, questions from friends, employees, and others, questions from peers, others, and others, and others. It just keeps on going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about the most important part over here now is investment. Would you like to invest in an iPhone Pro Max 12, which costs about 1,25,999, if not more? Or would you like to invest in a Samsung Galaxy Fold, which cost actually 1,83,000? Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to invest in yourself? Type yes, yes, yes if you are interested in investing yourself. If you want to invest for yourself, WhatsApp me at this number or email me immediately at this number with your name, qualification, yes, I'm interested, email, company working in or managing, city of location. I will call for a discussion and closure on the phone or Zoom on or before the 27th of April 2021. We come to the last bit of the program, which is the closing thought. Would anybody like to read this out, please? Unmute and read this out. Anybody?
Champions are champions, not because they do anything extraordinarily, but because they do ordinary things better than anyone else.
That was lovely. That's a champ in the making, absolutely. This was said by Chuck Norris. Champions are champions not because they do anything extraordinary, but because they do the ordinary things better than anyone else. That makes a Tendulkar from a Kamble. That makes a Roger Federer winning year in, year out. That makes a Djokovic. That makes a Messi. That's how we have these people who are champions. Once again, to become a champion, think like a champion. My contacts are here. Register, email, send me a WhatsApp message. We have landed in our destination, ladies and gentlemen, but our journey remains. Don't forget to register. Thank you for flying with Corporate Dossier and see you soon. Stay safe, Stay isolated. Thank you very much. Please get in touch with me because my next program is starting on the 4th of May. This is my 4th batch. Look forward to seeing you. I will be in touch with you. I have your emails, but do connect with me on WhatsApp. Thank you. Bye. Take care.